Fox 55 Sports. This is The Locker Room.
Smash my football. Smash my football. Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So with that, we say good evening to you and a warm welcome inside the locker room. My name is Justin Prince, joined as always by my partner in crime, Peter Hood. And Pete, if God ever created the perfect night for football, I would have to imagine it would be this one.
Yeah, no kidding. How lucky have we gotten with this weather this football season?
It's been gorgeous.
I mean, it is insane. Knock on wood.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous night for Friday Night Lights here in Northeast Indiana. Hopefully, you were able to get out and catch a game or two. If not, we've got you covered with highlights from 16 of them right here in the locker room tonight.
Yeah, week 8 of the high school football season, so we've got conference championships up for grabs all across the area, but we begin, Pete, with a battle for first place in the NE8.
Our game of the week takes us out to Columbia City, 4A number 13 C-City, playing host to 7th-ranked Leo. Lions come into the night in sole possession of first place in the NE8. Eagles sitting just one game back at 6-1 on the season. Pick it up late second quarter. Leo up 7-0, but Columbia City gets on the board here. Greg Bolt sneaks in from 1 yard out. Using that big body of his, we're all squared at 7 heading into halftime. Same score, third quarter. Lions, Prince, so methodical with that ground and pound attack, but they got some playmakers. They can bust one loose on any given play, and they do here. Ethan Crawford puts Leo back on top, and that's where they'd stay for the rest of the night. Later in the third quarter, Eagles trying to answer, but Ethan Sievers is stripped. Dalen Wirtz jumps on it for the Lions, and it leads to this touchdown dive from Jackson Barber. Leo goes up 21-7. They go on to win by that final, clinching at least a share of the NE8 championship.
So now we stay in the NE8, 3A number 8, Norwell trying to keep its conference title hopes alive, traveling to take on Huntington North tonight. And the Knights came out on fire in this one. First drive of the game, handoff to Max Ringer, and Ringer does what he's done all year long. Breaks for a big gain later in the drive. This time, it's Eli Riley keeping it himself. The dual threat QB cuts back and scores. 7-0 Norwell, less than 3 minutes into the first. Knights get the ball right back. They march right back down the field.
Look how pretty that is, man.
Just a beautiful night. Yeah. We already said it. This time it's Ringer ringing the bell for the score. 14-0 Norwell early. They moved to 7-1 on the year with a 30-14 win. And
they'll play Columbia City next week. Staying in the NE8, East Noble on the road visiting New Haven. This one started off with a bang. First quarter, no score, and sorry to the Dogs, but you got mossed right there. Rowan Zolman, good to see him healthy.
Yep. Climbing
the ladder for the catch and score. Knights go up 7. Second quarter, same score. And again, did it happen again?
It did.
It did. Oh, my goodness. Nick Munson that time with the catch. East Noble goes up 14-0. And then later in the quarter, Bulldogs finally able to answer. You're going to see Quantari Sanders take the swing pass, and He's got reservations for 6. New Haven's back within 7, but too much from East Noble tonight. Justin Marcellus marches in. Knights back on track. They've won 2 straight, 24-13 the final.
Last stop in the NE8. Good win for DeKalb tonight. 40-13 Barons over Belmont.
All right, time for the SAC. Homestead, they are in firm control of their own destiny. 2 wins, and they'll be back-to-back conference champions taking on Wayne tonight. First quarter, Generals converting on 4th down on a big gain, and they cap it off on a long drive. 4th and goal. They find the big guy, Christian Flanagan, through traffic, makes the catch, and makes it a 1-possession ball game. Wayne hanging tough, but Homestead gets it right back. Evan Ormsby to Jared Kistler. Homestead goes back up 2 scores. Wayne gets the ball back, and we got some fireworks coming here. Penalties, the story tonight for Wayne. None bigger than this one. Big run down the sideline. You see it. Penalty goes against Wayne. Sherwood Haydock had some things to say to the referee. Referee didn't like it. Sherwood escorted off the field. He'll have an early shower. Homestead dominates 42-12.
Dwenger looking to keep pace in the SAC tonight. They're hosting Snyder at Shields Field, and this one an old-fashioned slugfest.
It always is with these 2 teams.
Oh, no doubt. Taking to the 3rd, it's 7-3 Snyder. Saints on the move. Brendan Lytle, I don't know how he escaped. He's like a magician back there. Finds Teddy Steele downfield for 1st down yardage.
Those basketball moves.
It had to have been that. Deep into Snyder territory. A few plays later, Lytle flush from the pocket once again. Throws back across his body. Never a good idea. Picked off by Trenton Hurst. 3rd quarter comes to an end. Snyder still up 4. 4th quarter,
nice hands on that INT, though.
It was. Saints looking to drive again, pulling out some tricks on 3rd down. Vinny Fiacable takes the screen pass, but he's hit immediately by Eson Robinson.
Another big boy.
Saints have to punt. They get the ball back after a fumble, and then it's time to play America's favorite game. Name that tipman.
I believe that is Devin.
Ding, ding, ding.
He looks awful familiar.
We have a winner. 20 yards for the tutty. Saints take the 10-7 lead. They never look back. Dwenger wins 17-7. They sit in 2nd place in the SAC.
Yeah, they need a loss from Homestead next week. Out to Gorsuch Field. Carroll playing host to Concordia, looking to rebound from their loss to Homestead last week. The Chargers are slow to start in this one, and Concordia took advantage. Brandon Davis, screen pass. Amir Drew going to get 1st down yardage on this play into Carroll territory. Later in the drive, 4th and goal for Concordia. Cam Johnson, one of the best special teamers in the area, can take a kickoff to the house and can do that as well.
Top play nominee.
Looked like he was bottled up, but escapes and gets in for 6. Cadets go up 7. Carroll trying to answer on their next drive. Luke Carmody rips off a big run deep into Concordia territory there, and then a few plays later, Jeff Becker rolling, finding Jamison Coverstone downfield for the big completion. Carroll would get a field goal out of that drive. They go on to win 24-14.
Next stop in the SAC comes at Spooler Stadium. Northrop hosting Northside. Ball game square at 7 apiece when we pick it up in the 2nd quarter. Legends knocking on the door. Big game from this guy tonight. I'll tell you more later. Hassan Lambert plows in from a yard out on 4th down. Northside goes up 7. Bruins do have an answer. Big game from this guy, too. Demarius Cowan takes the handoff, cut back, makes a guy miss.
He's had a big season.
Yeah, he has.
Smash mouth football.
Down the sidelines, 53 yards to the crib, 261 yards, 3 touchdowns for Cowan. Bruins tie things up. Northside answers. Lambert from a yard out, 165 yards, all 4 touchdowns for Northside. Legends retake the lead before half, but Northrop, they get the last laugh tonight. Bruins win a tight one, 28-27.
All right, to Southside, the Archers taking on the Knights of Bishop Luers. 3rd quarter, hot start here for the Archers. Quick score out of the gate, but the answer from Luers. Carson Clark to Sir Hale, yes, sir. Easy score. Luers goes up by 6. Archers trying to get something going. Matthew Morris bulldozing through tacklers on this play, but this one was all Bishop Luers. You're going to see Carson Clark finding Brody Glenn across the middle here. Another 1st down for the Knights. A couple plays later, Clark looking, finds Hale.
Yes, sir.
He's able to make the grab, in for 6. Knights take the win, 41-27.
We move on to the ACAC now. South Adams ranked #1 in the state in Class 1A, looking to move to 8-0 on the season. They're hosting Woodland, and while this one was not a fair fight from the beginning. First quarter, first possession, James Arnold hits Braden Bixler across the middle for the touchdown. 7-0 Stars less than 2 minutes in. Ensuing touch for Woodland. Beautiful sky. Another beautiful sky.
I can't get enough of that. The night was incredible.
It was. Jacob Snyder trying to make something happen. He's picked by Alex Gorney. South Adams takes over with great field position. And just 2 plays later, with great field position comes great responsibility.
You can't give these guys good field position.
Christian Somerset finds Petar. Stars up 14. They go on to win 61-6. And with that, South Adams, your outright ACAC champion for the 2nd consecutive season.
Congrats to Coach Mosier and the boys. Just up the road in Bluffton, Tigers were supposed to travel to take on Adams Central tonight. That game canceled due to COVID concerns. Prairie Heights Prince, they were supposed to play Heritage. That game was also scrapped, so the Panthers made the trip down to Bluffton, and the Tigers putting it on them early. You saw Hayden Nern to Bobby Malcolm for the touchdown. This time it's Cody Middlestead scoring for the Tigers, makes it 34-0 Bluffton. Just a couple minutes into the second quarter, and it would only get worse if you are a fan of the Panthers. Later in the first half, it's Nern to Malcolm. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No one's catching Malcolm on this play. Tigers all over Prairie Heights tonight, 64-13. They are 7-1 on the season, Prince.
Yes, they are. Good win for Bluffton.
Final stop in the ACAC. LaPel 42, Jade County 15. Patriots, forget about that one. Move on to next week.
Yeah. We head on to the NECC up to Albion Central Noble, welcoming Eastside tonight. All Blazers. Most of the night, they march right down the field on the opening drive of the second half. Blazers able to seal the edge here. Matt Firestein into the end zone for the score. Eastside goes up 28-0 at that point. The Cougs, though, they would claw one back. Sawyer Yoder down the sideline to Ashton Smith. He takes it 85 yards to the residence, as Peter Hood likes to say. That's the first points of the game for CN, but still down 3 touchdowns, and it just doesn't get better for the Cougs. Sawyer Yoder.
How about those overalls?
I love them.
Can we get another shot of those?
Sawyer Yoder looking down.
Where's the replay?
Picked off by Carson Jacobs, and if it's sped up,
yep,
it means something good.
Probably a very long touchdown.
That's a pick 6. Eastside winners tonight, 42-7. They're NECC champs, small division champs for the 2nd straight year.
Up at Fairfield High School, the Falcons taking on the Lakeland Lakers, and Fairfield showing what they're about early on in this one. What a season these guys are having. First drive, the pitch to Dalton Kripe rips off a big chunk of yardage for the Falcons. That puts them in position. Very next play, they go jump ball. It's Corey Lance.
You got boss.
To Braden Helms. How about some of the catches we're seeing on the show tonight? Puts the Falcons up 6-0. You see the student section enjoying themselves. Lakers trying to get something going. The throw from Jaden Marshall finds Deion Marshall. Not sure if they're related. I'm going to assume on the sideline there, but Falcons D, a little bit of bend but don't break. They have been nasty all season long. They win this one 42-0.
Down to Ligonier, West Noble hosting Churubusco tonight. A lot of defense in the first half in this one. Busco, though, finally get on the board. Wyatt Marks into the end zone for 6. Busco goes up 8-6. A little bit later on, Eagles force the Chargers to punt, but they're going to bobble the catch. West Noble, they would recover. Unfortunately, they do give the ball right back to Busco.
Coach Sade not going to like that one on film tomorrow.
No, he is not. Eagles D, really strong tonight. They get to the QB here for a loss. Busco, they get the offense rolling in the second half. They win 29-6.
Final stop in the NECC. Angola paying a visit to Railroader Country to face Garrett. Took a little while for the scoring to start, but late in the first half, Hornets on the board. Tucker Hasselman, quarterback, sneaks in from a yard out. Hornets go up 7. Second quarter now, still a 7-0 ball game. Hasselman decides to do it himself once again, except this time, instead of 1 yard, it's 80 yards.
It's 1 plus 79.
It's the same result. No one's touching him.
Elkhorn. Elkhorn education for you,
Wisconsin
baby.
Public Schools education.
Yes.
Angola goes up 14. They cruise in this one, 42-7.
To the NLC, gorgeous night at Andrews Field. Northwood lost back-to-back games. Sure would love to play spoiler here, hosting Warsaw. After a scoreless first quarter, Northwood finds the end zone. Caden Lone spinning in for 6. Northwood would go for 2. They'd convert and they go up 8. Warsaw would answer with a strong drive. Julius Jones up the middle. Got to tackle a little better than that. He hustles his way inside the 5-yard line. Warsaw, they're knocking on the door. Next play, they give it to the former bachelor, now married man.
Yeah, how about that?
Congratulations to Juan Jaramillo.
Yeah.
Gets into the end zone for the score. Tigers kick the extra point. They're down 8-7. But Northwood, they're able to hold off the Tigers. Good win for Northwood, 22-21 your final.
I see that new jewelry isn't weighing Juan down too much.
No, it is not.
That's encouraging. At Steel Stadium, Mishawaka hosting Wawasee. Cavemen are trying to win their 4th in a row. Opening drive, Cavemen inside the 10. How about Wawasee coming up with a goal line stand there? The fumble, the recovery. A nice opening drive for the Warriors would stall, so Mishawaka back on the move. Again, though, the turnovers. This time, it's Fishers losing the handle. Dante Landerers recovers for Wawasee. This game scoreless after 1, but it was pretty much all Mishawaka from there. That was Andrew Mason putting the Cavemen on the board. They go on to win this one 42-7.
Some stops in the TRC to take care of. Southwood all over Rochester. Their winning streak stays alive, 35-0. Northfield all over Waco, 34-7.
So that sets up Southwood versus Tippecanoe Valley next week. Battle for the TRC title. Tippecanoe Valley wins easily tonight, 48-18 over Manchester. Meanwhile, Maconaquah edges out Wabash, 42-39.
And it's that time of the night. You see the stinger? Play of the nighttime. And we go back up to Albion.
Where's the guy with the overalls? We need another
shot. On the cutaway before that.
We need another shot.
Carson Jacobs, that's a pick 6. Wasn't distracted by the overalls there. Blazers win 42-7. They clinched the NECC Small School crown for the 2nd straight year. They've now won the NECC Small School in 6 of the last 7 years, Pete. Great job by Todd Mason and company once again.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they sure are.
Going to be interesting to see what they can get accomplished in the postseason. Obviously, we've seen them dominate this area, but if they're able to get out of sectionals, what they can do, beyond that.
Big game for them next week, too, up in Angola.
Absolutely.
So.